Yes. Are you?
Almost.
Okay.
Go, man. Hungry ass. Be quiet.
Ty aggressive.
And welcome back to another episode of With the Real Teachers of Atlanta. I am Ty.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Joya.
Mr. Coleman.
Today we're going to be talking about DEI. Let's get into it.
All right.
All right.
We got the queens in the house, y'all. We got the queens in the house, y'all.
Okay.
Well, DEI. How do y'all feel about that? About the rollback. We know that your new president of the United States, Donald Trump, has rolled back several programs, and DEI is one of those programs that has been recently rolled back. A lot of companies decided, a lot of companies that we spend our dollars have decided that they were going to roll back their program as well. So a lot of places like Target, where we know a lot of black business owners have their business in those stores, will be affected.
Walmart.
So, how are we feeling about that?
I mean, obviously, it's going to affect a lot of different people, specifically the small businesses. But, I think we have to be very specific on what DEI is and who it covers. Because a lot of people believe it's just for African American people. But it also includes people that are a part of LGBT community, women, people that are disabled, veterans, people with neurodiversity.
Because that's true, because a lot of times when people hear it, they automatically affiliate us with DEI.
Correct.
And that's
I think that's the picture that they want painted, though. Because that's how it's always sold. It's always packaged as, like the argument now is like, oh, so am I a diversity hire? Maybe. Or maybe you just are the qualified person in the room, and that's okay. And I think people confuse DEI with someone saying, oh, you're a diversity hire. Like, that's like a negative thing. But people are not thinking through it and saying, okay, they're not just hiring Joe Blow off the street. Like, if we need you to be a technician, right? Let's say you're a surgical tech or something like that. We can't just hire any old crackhead off the street to do that job. We need somebody who is qualified. If you just happen to be black or happen to be female or happen to be Hispanic and you qualify for this role, if you're the most qualified, then you're not a diversity hire. You're just the most qualified person to do this job that's applying, right? That's just what it is. But I think people, when non-black and brown people see people of color in positions that they feel like they could have served, they feel like you're a diversity hire. They can't fathom, and I'm saying this I'm not saying it's every single one, but they can't fathom that you are qualified for the job that you are doing.
Well, I think the purpose of DEI was to, and this also includes affirmative action.
Sure, yes.
It was so that certain people could, or certain groups could catch up to other people, because for so long you've had these clubs or you've had these schools that didn't allow for melanated people to go into certain jobs, because we did have our own towns and our own communities.
And they burnt them down.
And they were burnt down, they were destroyed, they were
Covered with water.
Covered with water, they were flooded. Absolutely. So we have always in this country, melanated people, we've always been knocked down and then we've gotten back up. And it's like this cycle that we kind of go through in this country. But the purpose of it was so that people could catch up, because for so long, so many people have been disenfranchised. They haven't been allowed to work in certain places. So it's just really interesting to me when we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I don't think we really understand how many different people are being affected by it.
Especially white women. I think that's the
white
group
women
that is taking me out the
Because
most.
statistically,
they were the ones that were benefited from it.
They
the
have
most.
benefited the most.
And
Right.
first, they were the first ones to benefit.
And that's, it's crazy for us. Like me and one of my girlfriends were having this conversation about DEI. Whenever we want, that's why, I don't say that, that's why I feel like we are on the bottom of the list. Because whenever there's a criteria, we succeeded. They change it up to get a higher education. We succeeded. So we always have to go far and beyond what the qualifications for the job is to even be considered. So are we what? So are we really upset about it? Like, are we really losing out?
Okay, Coleman, go ahead.
Let me chime in this here right quick.
Okay.
About maybe 15, 20 years ago, when I was a young lad,
Here you go.
came in, had supper, and I draw nigh to bed. And when I went to bed, laid down, had a dream.
I'm on the team.
I woke up in the middle of the night, and the dream is basically this. It was some other stuff going on with it, but it's basically this. It showed me in the future that racism was going to be no more. It showed me that. In the future, it's going to have what you call classification.
Yeah.
That's what's coming up. Now, my thing with black people, the problem that I have is that every time Trump does something, because Trump is the most hated guy in the office, me, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But the bottom line is, black people need to learn to calm down and realize that there is power in our melanin. They don't understand that. And if they understand the power that we have, instead of using it against each other, use it against the real enemy that's out there to get your voice heard.
Yeah.
But they rather not do that because it's more comfortable for us to attack each other with all these different other bullshit going on, rather than trying to focus on the real enemy out there. And the real enemy that's out there is sitting back there laughing, oh, look at him. And we just totally destroying ourselves, which they don't understand that if we just use the power that we have to come forward and come against some of this stuff, because first of all, you gotta understand, we're the biggest consumers out there. You stop that money.
And that's the only thing that they respond to. That's what really kicked off the civil rights
And I don't think
movement.
you need to be just sitting there just complaining about this, complaining about that. Get up and do something about it, whether they're talking about it. Talking about it, we could talk all day long. Nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
But the civil rights movement wasn't about, let me be clear when I say this. The marching was important, but the most important part was the bus boycott that happened.
Let me ask you a question. What have we, like in the past, like different things that we had taking place, what have we accomplished by going out there marching?
Nothing. Nothing.
But when you move that money, though,
You have to speak their
move their
language.
money.
The only
You're
thing
not
that
hurting
they
their money
understand
marching.
is the money. That is it.
Actually, when you go out there march, you're going to spend more money because you're out there buying chips,
Water.
drinks, and all that water, all that stuff there anyway. You
gotta affect
you
them.
got to hit them. You got to hit them where it's going to hurt.
So on social media, there's movements of people not wanting to buy, they're boycotting Target, boycotting Walmart, right, as mass consumers, and saying,
boycotting Target.
They're boycotting Target. They're saying if you must go to Target, you only buy black. But what Target has done is start to remove black-owned business products from their stores. And so people are like, hey, just go to their websites. And the thing is, and then in conjunction with that has been the whole thing with Tabitha Brown and the lip bar lady. And I don't know if y'all have seen that, which
Yes.
I'm conflicted to me, because when I saw her video and her saying like, hey, you continue to support us even in those stores, because if
Right.
you stop spending your
It's gonna
money,
affect them.
it's affecting them. Like, yes, we could just go to their websites, but you have to show to her point, all she was saying is, this is what I took from her messaging was, your money tells them what to invest in. So if you're going to buy these products, buy them from the black-owned
That's what I'm
businesses.
confused
so
about.
it draws that in.
They already know that we're the biggest consumer. So
Correct.
there's nothing to prove. They know if anything, we're going to spend money with everybody else but us.
Correct.
For
That's
the
what we
most
find.
part.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
we
we
do
gonna-
spend
we
the
gonna
money.
support us.
No, we got supporters.
We've gotten better with it because they have been putting it inside of the Target.
You gotta make it convenient.
Right. Instead of
that's
us
the
going
problem.
out of our way to try to, hey, I'm going to buy black.
And I think that's the problem. We got to be willing to go out of our way. You know what I'm saying?
But I think most black people
Yeah.
want to support us because, we go to like black businesses, we all have our little lingo, little slang or whatever. I think they're so used to the other cultures of being so professional with what they're doing. They're so used to that. And then when you go to one of the little side spots or whatever, side black business or whatever, oh man, how much for that? Oh, about 40, something like that. And then they kind of don't want to buy into that because now it seems like, oh, he
Like
just seems like he just like he ignorant. Or he just like,
chicken.
yeah, but you selling a
Yes.
product, but you still.
Yes, but we have to stop that stigma, because if I go to we got to make sure that we hold ourselves to a standard
A
as well.
professional standard.
But I feel like I have gone to small mom and pop businesses that are non-black, and they just as terrible, just a little ghetto, and they make me turn around.
But
I
some
don't
of
like
us
no
are not
bad.
blessed to be professional though.
Then, hey,
I know I'm not. I'm just probably just as ignorant as they come.
But you're you have
I'm
a
not all the
business,
time.
Coleman.
I'm not all the time professional.
When you had your business where you were selling your food products, it was very professional.
yeah, you was
It wasn't
I ate it. It was
hood
good
at all.
It
Until
wasn't.
somebody come out there with some rah-rah, and then I go ahead.
That's
That's
different.
different.
Right.
But you're not saying this plate is the ghetto side chick.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like,
you
like you're not
package it up,
naming it like
right.
ratchet.
I get that
y'all
part of it.
looking at the commerce side. There's still other things that follow up on the DEI. We still, when it goes to talking about Black history,
Yeah.
that's no longer is on the table.
Nope. That was one of the
When we
first things
talk
to go.
about
Okay, so
Martin
what were
Luther
we doing
King-
on Black History?
Well, some companies do celebrate Black History Month.
Right, and with like what, a day off?
No, they have programs.
Oh, programs.
Yes, every
Oh.
heritage is celebrated. Why we have to come off the table?
Black History Month should be every single day because we built this country.
Right.
Period. We are the only group of people that have never fled a country that did not want us here. We fought in wars here in this country that didn't want us in the war. They didn't even want us in this country. We have sacrificed. We've tried to build a utopia for ourselves, and it's been destroyed over and over and over again.
Well, Black people are the only people
look.
still have to and still trying to prove themselves. Like for me, I know we've talked about this before. I'm not a person that feel like I need permission to celebrate who I am.
Right.
And I have always told parents that you are responsible first for teaching your child their history.
Correct.
So
Agreed.
I don't need you to tell me that I'm not going to be celebrated, because I am going to be celebrated. I don't need you to tell me that my day is no longer a federal holiday, because it is, because I'm not coming to work.
Okay.
So that's the bottom line. But do I think it's unfair? Absolutely. When we can celebrate these other holidays.
Right,
Especially
They're about to take those too.
4th of July is on the table.
American Native American,
Yeah, but back-
Indigenous
Columbus
Day. They
That's
already
still-
took that.
That's a bullshit day.
Columbus,
Well,
Columbus Day is still there, but Indigenous
Peoples Day.
is not. They
They're
have
about
a
to take
list.
they're about to take the Asian Pacific Islanders Day.
That's
So it ain't just us.
So it's everybody has
Everybody.
to go, unless, because you're talking about a group of people that are trying to make America this. It's like a melting pot, but let's forget how we got here. Because then if you forget how we actually got to this place, now there are other points that you have to hit. Like I can't think of a group of people that have gone through the turmoil that historically that we've gone through in this country and have not gotten paid. And people want to say it's governmental handouts or whatever. every other race of people, if they have gone through any type of trauma, have gotten some sort of reparations. Now, people like to say, well, the Japanese, they had to go maybe to Japan or get their, no, they got their reparations underneath the American flag after they were placed in those internment camps in World War II.
Yep.
So it's an issue with us, but when it comes to everyone else, it's like, okay, this is the thing that we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
This is the righteous thing that we're supposed to do. But when it comes to our people, it's like, well, we have to figure out this. We need think tanks. Then we got to go over here to this network. Then we got to sit and talk about it. Well, there's too many people. I don't know where it started. So DEI is the icing on the cake of the plethora of issues that we have in this country as it pertains to us.
It's a slap in the face if you're going to bend over and bend down and just say, okay, this is what it is. We all American. We all are American. But who are the people that makes up the American people? You can't abolish that.
Well, they don't want it to be divisive. So what they want is for everyone to be American. So if you're just American, you all have the same history. You all have the same experiences. Because then if you all have the same experiences and the same history, then we don't have to talk about the history. I don't think
they wanted to.
Right. I think people have to understand that if you are a person that is Caucasian and you are in a position of power as it pertains to DEI, it's not beneficial to really have all of these different people celebrating all of these different cultures. It's never been that way. Even when you think historically about how they would operate different plantations, everyone is going to speak the same language. Everyone is going to have the same culture. Everyone is going to do the same thing. Because the minute that everyone starts to do something different, I can't control you. It's very hard to control a group of people that have their own religion, their own spiritual perspectives, their own ideas about how they're going to groom and grow their family. So it's just another avenue or another way to control.
Yeah. I was going to tell you,
and it's not just black people that's going to be affected by DEI. You have different kids, different nationalities in these classrooms, different ethnic backgrounds. So you mean to tell me I'm a Muslim on the job, or I'm a Muslim child? Now that you did away with DEI, how does it affect me and my religion?
You Christian now. I don't know if that's what it is, but now you're Christian.
No, it just can't do that.
It's really put that crucifix on. Get that Bible in your hand.
No more praying.
Psalms 23.
Storybook.
Okay,
No
Jesus
more
on the cross.
Listen, so here's what they wrote back. I was just going to tell y'all, this is what they wrote back so far. MLK Day, Black History Month, Women's History Month, the Holocaust Day or Day of Remembrance, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, Pride Month, Juneteenth, Women's Equality Day, National Hispanic Heritage Month, National Disability Employment Awareness Month, National American Indian Heritage.
Sounds like a dictatorship to me.
But you know what? I don't hear
4th of July still here. The white
Asians and Indians complaining though.
Columbus Day.
Oh, say what now?
I don't hear the Asians and Indians complaining.
Because they still come.
Or maybe I just understand their language.
You're not in their community.
You're not in their community.
You're not
they
in their
complaining.
community.
They are definitely complaining.
You're not in their community.
But you know,
I mean,
And they're still and let me drop this for you. Let me put this one for you.
Okay.
Reason why you ain't hearing a whole lot of Chinese people, because the Chinese people own stuff, so they don't need you to dictate what they do in their business, because they're going and doing
exactly
it.
what I'm trying to say about us. If we can just
ain't there
that
yet.
and start getting our
Crabs
own
in a
stuff,
bucket.
our own land, our own banks, our own schools.
We got
If we
banks.
can just
They don't
do
keep 'em
that, because you know why they have it? Because they understand their history. We don't, because it's been taken from us. It's all scrambled up. We getting bits and pieces of information here and there. We don't even know who the fuck we are. So we're walking around here like zombies trying to figure out who we are, when these other cultures already know who they are, and that's why they steadily
some
advancing.
of you don't know who you are, because your history is there. And I say it again, I say it all the time.
I'm not saying
they know
all of
your
them. Some
history
of them know
better
it.
than you sit and try to study it, because you do have a history. And if they can poison your mind to believe you don't have a history, then that's just what you're going to be stuck with. I don't have anything.
Right.
That's a false narrative, and we need to kill it.
But but a lot of them live by that, and they'll defend that poison too.
Yes, they do.
If their mind got poison, they will damn near beat your ass about that poison. If it's in my mind, oh, don't you talk about mine.
Yeah. Or the white
Don't do
man
that.
holding me down. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
they're doing
That.
Don't you talk about my pastor. Oh, no, don't do
The
that.
thing, you know what? We
Defend
have
them to the utmost.
right. We have banks. We have our own
Like,
stuff.
oh
and the
my
first
God,
thing-
y'all really just defend this stuff, man, instead of getting out there and just getting your own knowledge of understanding who you are. If you get the own knowledge, understand who you are, you'll understand that all that stuff is false. It's all
Yes.
committed to make you behave, obey. That's what it's all for. It's all for the same thing.
The qualifier
Oh,
should
man,
be
don't
my
do that,
skin
man.
and
Don't do
brown. That's it. That's what they do.
Don't
It's
you
a
do that.
lady-
They
Yes,
gonna
sir.
get you.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
a
sir.
lady on. It's a lady that I saw one time on
Burn.
TikTok.
Hold on, Rose. Let it ride. Let it ride. Go ahead.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you, you ever be talking to him? I know when I go home, I see it all the time. Boy, I be out there fishing with him. You not go home and visit. You know I talk about it. I tell them to their face anyway. But we be out there fishing, just talking, boy, and boy, you can say I start saying something against the white man, boy. All of a sudden, boy, I get, boy, you better not be saying that kind of stuff out there, boy. You get in trouble for that kind of stuff, boy. You will go down, boy. You burn, boy. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all got to learn, man, to stand on your own 2 feet, man, to understand your history, man. Learn your history. Get the knowledge of it, man, so you understand what you're really dealing with, man. Just because we've been told one thing growing up does not mean that that's what it is. Because some people understand, oh, when you dead, you're going to hell. No, when you dead, you dead. You sleep. That's it. You just finito. That's it.
Oh, you stepping on some toes right
Oh,
now.
I'll tell it, because I'm not afraid to tell it, because that's just how it is. Hey, of all people, I was big on it. Very big on it. I was like, I was damn near almost pastor material, almost.
Yeah, I see.
But when I got to studying further,
The further
after
review.
further review, I said, wait a minute. I said, something ain't adding up here.
Ain't no upper room,
Huh?
You know, heaven and hell.
No, oh,
purgatory.
You gonna get reincarnated?
keep reading.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Keep reading. All that stuff is designed to make you behave and obey. But like I said, if Christianity is so popular amongst all of everything else, then how come the Chinese have their God? How come the Indians have their God? How come even I'm gonna say even the white man, they even have their God? And the way I perceive that, if y'all hate us so much, why would you give us something to even go to where you're going? If you want us to go to why would you want us to go to heaven if you hate us so much? The way I feel about it, get me a plane ticket and get me a home back over there in Africa where you brought me from, and leave my ass over there and don't come back over there fucking with me no more.
Oh, well, we were already over here, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, that's another conversation. But when I look at Wakanda, with Black Panther, that thing spoke volumes to me. That thing spoke, I'm sorry, it's a movie, but it spoke volumes to me. Boy, I'm like, boy, look at here, boy, a black country.
There's always some truth telling.
And boy, look at and
That's
here's
true.
the
A little
powerful
bit of
thing
truth.
about it. In our black country, everybody
right.
was prosperous.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. And we had the minerals that everybody on the outside wanted.
Oh, you mean the minerals that Congo has?
The vibranium,
and that is one of the poorest countries.
Come on now.
And now there was a land grab that happened where Europe was taking all of these different
All
countries.
of a sudden, we need to chop a pipeline in there. No, we need to grab some of that out of there because y'all got some valuable stuff over here that we need to get.
Right, but the people aren't making any money. Or how
Exactly.
France is siphoning
Come
the
on,
money
man.
from
And
Haiti,
it's a
and they
war on
can't even
Congo
build
right now.
themselves back up.
Learn who you are, and I promise you'll be free from that slave mentality. You'll feel. I can't tell you how the day when I learned how free I felt.
But you had the desire to do it, right?
Yeah, I had a desire to get there, but a lot of
people don't have the desire.
A lot of people don't have that desire because they
Right.
rely on every Sunday morning, listen to this man come up there and tell them this and that, this and that, this and that, and this and that. All right, now that I told you that, come pay me for what I just told you. All right, let's move on.
Well, DEI. Thank you.
Thank you,
Great.
Romy. That was good.
Well, we know that white
like
women
that.
has benefited the most, but stats do show that companies that have DEI, the employers, the employees were happier.
Yep.
It also showed that the stocks were higher. So yeah, I'm interested to see what it's going to look like now with it being wiped away. We know it's going to be gone at least for the next 4 years.
These people would rather their companies to. It's kind of like collateral damage, you know. In casualty, you can probably speak to this. But when you have casualties of war, everybody's not going to make it.
No.
What is my goal? My goal is this right here. Everything else, stocks can fall. People can lose their jobs. People can lose their homes. I don't care. It's about this goal right here that I'm trying to get to. That's just the casualties of war. That's just the collateral damage. So I don't really think that they are concerned at all about the people that are going to be affected. It's this goal I'm trying to get to for whatever reason, and it seems like there's steam rolling in.
This is all the setup.
It sounds good though, Joy. It sounds good until we get the courage to leave those companies, and we can see how well the
And that's the point. When Target and all those other companies bring those programs back,
crumble to
because
the
they're
ground.
gonna have to. We start, because when I tell you I ain't been to Target, I'm a Target
that
influencer.
black dollar hurt.
Let me tell you, I'm a Target influencer. You think
Yeah,
you don't think I done made a piece of content for Target? Ain't. Oh, this what y'all into? I don't even send me no check. But no,
you
let me
them
finish,
tell you
Coleman.
your paycheck ain't
Hold on.
coming.
Let me finish, Coleman. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. If we do what we said we're gonna do and stand on some business for a change,
10 toes down.
all the way, deep in it, figure it out. If we stop going, they gonna run them programs back.
That's
And
right.
it ain't gonna take 4 years for them to figure out, because the way the stocks have fallen, because the way they showed up to Costco, and Costco said, I'm doubling down on mines. And them folks rolled in there to Costco and sold the Costco out. You think that Costco start doing like this? Here go Target and Walmart on the way out.
And I like me a nice pistachio latte. So
I do too.
Rolling around in Target.
I'm
I
just
hate
saying.
that.
But you
I
know
can't do
what?
it no more.
And that's the issue.
Gonna
And
make
people
your own.
we have to figure out, and that's it.
Try. It's not good.
But this the thing. When they run them programs back, we don't need to take our ass back in there. Because they
That
showed
part.
you
There
who
you go.
they are.
There you go. Say it again.
So you take your ass back in there. When they kick you out,
Don't go back.
don't say I didn't warn you.
That's
We can't do it.
pretty
We
much
gotta stop
every
and
place
and stick to it.
in the
That's
U.S.
it.
So you're going to stop going to a
Let me
lot
tell you
of places.
something, and that's fine.
And
I make my own
it sounds
coffee.
good.
People going to
We are
people
not
go-
in a
people go to
place
Chick-fil-A.
where we can totally say,
Chick-fil-A.
I'm not going here, because a lot of these places have our basic needs. And I understand
I get that.
I'm with the movement. I'm with the ride. And I'm a person never going to beg for a seat at nobody's table
That's
to
it.
accept me for who I am.
Correct.
Because I know who I am. And I know I'm hated so much because you want to be me so much, because I see you trying to get everything that I have every day I pull up on
Say that.
social media. And that saying is so true. Everybody want to be black till it's time to be black.
Yep.
But as an American person or American people, all this division, it needs to stop. In 2025, why are we still having these conversations? Why are these conversations still hitting our lips in rooms? Like, it's crazy. And everybody should be wanting to recognize, I'll say it again, your ethnicity, your background, where you come from. That's what makes up the country.
But that's what makes us good. People with understanding and accepting the differences among us is a strength. It is not a weakness. We can be different. We don't have to look alike. We don't have to think alike. There is a strength in diversity. And companies rolling back these programs
It's a
and all
weakness
this
to
stuff.
the power, though.
Correct. But the power all look to what? Damn same.
And they want everyone to do the same.
Correct.
It's-
And that's
yeah.
the problem. Because they can, like I seen it quoted best.
They're making
Somebody was
America
like,
great again.
white. They're making it white.
Well, if you make America great again, then that means that Europeans need to hop back on the boats.
And take their ass back.
And
Because they said British did not
historically
send, they ain't send
speaking,
their best.
Britain did not. The Europe did not send their best. They sent their vagabonds. They sent their
Yep.
criminals. They need to get back on the boat. I'm not saying Europeans need to get back on the boat. I'm saying we need to roll back history
Yep.
if we're making America great again, and we
up
need
outta
to
here.
give the land back to the respectful people.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that. The elite, the
Well,
top,
no.
because what they say, the guys, I was watching the video, the guy said, well, the rich white folks told the poor white folks that the only people that was keeping them where they were was black folks. So they gave them a space.
But at one,
they gave them a
this
space.
is something that's
I
interesting.
said, oh,
though.
okay.
at one point, before there was a division between black people and white people actually stuck together.
Yes.
But they said, oh, no, that was a threat to the government.
Correct.
At the time. So they said, okay, well, we'll give you some perks over here, and then we won't give these people perks.
Yep.
Because regardless...
But then what we doing again?
If
You know what that sound like? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. You know what that sound like?
Go ahead.
I can't help but to chime on what you said just then.
That's what, yeah.
In the Bible, it was a story of there were people that were coming together. They all spoke the same language, and they were building the Tower of Babel.
Okay.
And as they were building the Tower of Babel, the tower began to get so high that it began to reach the heavens. And besides it going to the heavens, what God does, I'm going to change up their languages so they cannot reach it.
Yep.
So that sounds so familiar, like right now. Like, okay, we're going to change this up so that way you can't reach where you're trying to get to. So why? Why when you want something, and I believe in God. I do believe that within you. But I believe that why would you want something that you say that's created, that you love so much, and you want them to have the best for their lives? Why would you just cut it off and just change it up?
You mean as far as the biblical perspective?
Well, the biblical standard, but even the same thing now, right? Right now, like you have people that are coming together, and what you said, to the government, it was a what?
It was a threat.
A threat. So what you think, what was to God? To God, it was a threat. Why? And first of all, how far can we go to get to the heaven? We don't even know where the heaven's at. We don't know where it's at. You can just keep building and building and building. So why would it even be a threat? That's why it's a story. That's why. That's
right. It's a parable. It's supposed to be a metaphor.
That's why.
I'll
answer that question for you, since for the all confused viewers out there.
It's a story.
It's a story. That's why. But the thing is, you got people now trying to come together and do something as far as building or escalating or advancing in there, whatever they got going on. But then the government seems to have a problem with that. Oh no, man, we can't. Oh no, we can't have that. Let's chop this up. Yup.
That's right.
Let's get this out of here. We can't have that. That's a threat to us.
Yeah, because the people are stronger.
Because it's all
together.
about this at the end of the day.
There you go.
And when you start messing with that, they're going to come after you with all guns rolling to keep you from getting to where you need to be at. Now, all the stuff that's going on with the DEI and all that there, or the DEA, whatever y'all got going on, whatever you're talking about, that right there, how I feel about it, if it's so much of a concern for black people, then what you need to do, stand up, stop supporting these businesses, and start making your own businesses and start supporting each other and quit fighting each other all the time. Quit going after each other all the time. The problem with black people is that we have such an aggressive nature, sometimes we can't even take it how we come at each other sometimes. Because sometimes we feel like, oh, you tried me.
Well, that's even with the kids. You disrespecting me.
I mean, like, come on, man. A lot of times you're not just been tried. Some black businesses just have standards and regulations for how they run things, and they're trying to get you to understand that. Sorry, it came out the wrong way, but I'm just trying to let you know so we can generate more business here and have a good relationship. How can you have a good relationship if they can't tell you? Well, but some black people just can't be told.
You got to work on them customer service skills.
You got to work on it, but some black people just can't be told. Hell, you look at McDonald's, they go in McDonald's every day trying to beat motherfuckers up every day.
Go ahead.
Don't even.
Who put the mustard on this hamburger right here?
Just give you food.
No high, nothing.
All behind the counter, fighting the
right
counter.
there at the drive-thru, like when I was going, I'm like this. You need something?
Of all the most.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, of all the most pleasurable places to go to is Chick-fil-A. But boy, I got hot one time, and I don't know why. I was just mad because I told them extra pickles. No pickle. I rolled right on back in that doggone line. Didn't I tell y'all some motherfucking, I don't know why I did that, but then when I drove off, I thought about it. I said, man, that wasn't even right, man. Why you even come back and just do all that? Just say, hey, you forgot the pickles.
Yeah.
But even as me, we're all, as people, are growing to learn to do better. just growing.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Real Teachers of Atlanta. You can check us out on all platforms.
Oh, never mind.
Well, let's continue to talk about this
in the comments.
Thank you, Nikki. I couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
You can reach me at Joya A. Carter Coleman.
Mr. Coleman, Cecilia _ Coco, Instagram.
You can find me on all platforms at @IM_Nikki D.
You can find me at Ty P. Smith.
Bye,
And
y'all.
on that note,
She want to have her voice so silky smooth.
On that note,
All right, y'all say bye.
Bye. Roll.
We got the queens in the house, y'all.